Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a devotional text called A Day of Glorious Reunion. Now, on the surface, it's about faith and hope. But we're going to peel back the layers and look at the mechanics, how it uses one single, powerful idea to create a roadmap for daily living and build a synchronized global community. So let's get into it. To really get to the heart of this message, you have to start where it starts. This verse right here from 1 Thessalonians, this is the foundation for everything else we're about to see. It paints this incredibly vivid, dramatic picture that's the absolute centerpiece of the whole devotional.
So a message this specific doesn't just pop up out of thin air. And it turns out this isn't a standalone piece at all. It's actually just one entry in a much larger themed series for the entire month, which the author calls a prophetic August.
And here's where we get that crucial context. The source is a daily devotional, Ambassador's Daily Banquets. But look at the details. This isn't just some general writing, it's for a very specific future date, August 7th, 2025. And it's all under this big monthly theme, Jesus' second coming for the righteous. Framing it like that gives the daily message a real sense of urgency.
Okay, so with that bigger picture in mind, we can zoom in on the core promise for this specific day. And that's what the author calls the glorious reunion.
So what is the glorious reunion? Well, according to the text, it's the moment of Christ's second coming. But it's framed as something much more personal than just a big event. It's a promise that all believers will be brought together to be with him, and not just for a moment, but forever. It's presented as the start of something permanent.
And who exactly is getting reunited here? The text breaks it down into a few layers. First, it's Christ and his people, but then it gets bigger. It's a reunion of the living and the dead. This, of course, taps into that very powerful, very human hope of seeing loved ones again. And it doesn't even stop there. It expands to include all the saints of history. So it's this vision of a massive, all-encompassing gathering. Okay, so we've got the details of what the author says will happen. But the real engine driving this whole message isn't just the what, it's the why. Why does this future event matter right now? And that brings us to its emotional core, its job as a source of comfort. You see this phrase, joy beyond measure, pop up, and that's a big clue. The point isn't just to explain a doctrine. It's to make the reader feel the emotional weight of it. It's all about tying this future reunion to an overwhelming feeling of joy in the present. And here's the practical payoff of that promise. The idea isn't for people to just sit back and wait. Instead, the author argues that the hope of this reunion is actually a tool for today. It's fuel to help you press on, especially when life gets tough.
So that leads to the obvious practical question, right? If you're the reader, how does this big, abstract hope actually change what you do day to day? What are you supposed to do with this information? Well, the devotional doesn't leave you hanging. It pivots directly from that feeling of hope to a very clear set of instructions, a direct call to action.
The author gives this simple three-step guide. And notice the flow here. It's actually pretty clever. It starts internally with your own thoughts and memories. Then it moves outward to sharing with other people. And it finishes with a spiritual act, prayer for your own strength. It's a clear path from thought to word to deed.
And that call to action gets formalized right here, in a prayer. It's basically a script for the reader, designed to make the whole concept personal and actionable. And you can see how the prayer echoes those three steps. It states the hope for the reunion, and it asks for strength to live faithfully until it happens.
Now, this whole practice of hoping and praying isn't meant to be a solo activity. The text then zooms out, showing how this shared belief is designed to build a real community, not just locally, but, as we're about to see, globally.
This is where it gets really fascinating. The text organizes a synchronized one-hour prayer time. By pegging it to midnight in Nigeria, it creates this ripple effect across the globe. So someone praying at 6 p.m. in the US is doing it at the exact same moment as someone in the UK or Canada. It creates this powerful feeling that you're all in it together, right now.
And to really build that community, the author provides all these different ways to connect. And look at the mix of methods here. You've got modern digital tools, like a WhatsApp group for prayer, but you also have old-school contact info, an email, even a physical street address and logos. It's a full-spectrum approach, all powered by that one simple instruction, please share to others. That's how it grows.
And then at the very end, the text brings it all right back to the individual. After all the theology, the community building, the global prayer times, the final instruction is a personal one. Prepare your heart, prepare your life. It's a last reminder that this huge cosmic promise directly includes you.
Ultimately, this devotional is a really interesting blueprint. It shows how a single belief about the future can be used to engineer comfort, inspire action, and build community in the here and now, which leaves us with the bigger question, one that goes way beyond this one text. How does any shared vision of the future change the way a community acts today? Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.